Hi, it's James Taylor here, keynote speaker on creativity, innovation and artificial intelligence and the founder of Speakers U. This episode is being filmed today in Chennai, India, and I'm here because I was the opening keynote speaker at the Professional Speakers Association of India, their annual summit. An incredible event. Speakers from all over India and all across the world were attending this event to learn from some of the best speakers in the business. And what really blew me away about this event and the speakers I heard from is just how fast the Indian market is growing for speakers, growing at phenomenal rates. I'll give you some examples. You know, this is a country of over 1 billion people, 1 billion people. So it's growing very, very fast anyway. The speaking industry and the events industry specifically is growing over 16% a year. It's estimated by the end of next year, it'll be valued at over $130 billion. So huge opportunity here. I also was having conversations with folks from Audible and big podcasters here, and they were saying that for Audible, this is one of the fastest growing markets. For podcast, this is now the fastest growing markets in the podcast industry as well. So if you have a podcast or you like enjoying being on podcasts as a speaker, this is the place for you. But if you're going to take advantage of this opportunity here to grow your speaking business in India, it requires that you do three things. The first thing is to have a 10-year plan, to think about this as a long-term plan about building a territory. You know, there's some crops in farming that are quick crops to grow, and there are other ones that take a little bit longer. This one will take a little bit longer. I believe this market will be probably one of the biggest speaking markets by the end of the next 10 years. But it requires that you get in now, you start developing, you start working in this market, start really understanding the specifics of the Indian speaking market, which brings my second point. So the second point is you have to start to develop what we call product market fit. This was a speaker here called Vikas Jain. We were talking about this product market fit, understanding how your product fits into the Indian market specifically, because there's lots of sub-markets within the Indian speaking market. There's obviously the corporate, there's the association, the public events market is growing hugely fast just now, and there's also the education market. Now here in Chennai, where I'm speaking from today, they have over 2,500 schools. I had a conversation yesterday with a speaker bureau, and that speaker bureau was saying that the education market, they just can't handle the amount of inquiries they're getting in from schools all across the country to bring in speakers, international speakers as well, thought leaders to inspire, educate and entertain their students. And the third way to really take advantage of this growing Indian market for speakers is really something I picked up from another speaker that was speaking here. I gave the opening keynote. The closing keynote was given by Frederick Harron, the incredible Frederick Harron, great keynote speaker. And Frederick really talks about this idea of, rather than thinking of ourselves as a British speaker or an American speaker or an Indian speaker, to think of ourselves as a global speaker. Now, when you start to do that, you have to change your content as well. And he spoke about this idea of creating a human speech, a speech that will connect with audiences in Delhi as much as it will in Detroit. It's creating those speeches that work on a cross-cultural basis. And this takes time to develop those things as well. But if you can develop a speech in your signature keynote speech that works across different countries, and really works here as well in the Indian market, there's massive opportunity for you. So in terms of next steps, I highly encourage you to check out the Professional Speakers Association of India. Their website is indianspeakers.org. They also have a summit coming up next year. It's going to be in Delhi, the capital, and that was going to be an incredible event. I hope to be at that event as well. And I wish you great success in growing your speaking business worldwide. And also, I really encourage you, come here to India, learn about this market, start speaking in India. Thanks for watching. This episode of The Speaker's Life is sponsored by eSpeakers, the innovative platform that connects speakers with event organizers and associations. eSpeakers provides cutting-edge tools that will elevate your online presence, streamline your speaking business, and maximize your exposure in the speaking industry. With over 15 years in the business, 10,000 speakers in their community, and over 20,000 events managed annually, eSpeakers is the preferred choice for top speakers. You can create your own profile on eSpeakers today by going to speakersu.com/eSpeakers.